From watching Bollywood movies in my early childhood years to later being obsessed with 10 Things I Hate About You, I have loved romantic comedies. How can you not? They are sweet and filled with attractive people making grand romantic gestures. I mean, what heartbreak cannot be solved with a bucket of ice cream and a rom-com featuring Matthew McConaughey? After crying over the dramatic misunderstandings and magical coincidences, you will be left believing in real love again. You will enjoy Ed Sheeran's Perfect more, and if your crush has posted a cute picture, you will DM her a slick response to her caption. Speaking from personal experience. However, after my first viewing of 500 Days of Summer, Ed Sheeran started to annoy me, and I unfollowed my crush, which is a bad move by the way because you will follow them again and it will be awkward. That is not to say that I did not enjoy this movie. It is amazing, and if you haven't already, you should watch it. Let me explain it to you without any spoilers.
This is a story of boy meets girl.
As the movie tells us up front. It is not, however, a love story. It follows Tom Henson, a former architecture student working at a greeting card company. Much like yours truly, Tom is a romantic, whose ideas of love are heavily influenced by pop culture. Bored at an office meeting, he sees Summer, his boss's new assistant, which by the way is the second most common career of female love interest in highest grossing romantic comedies. They bond over similar music tastes.
I love the Smiths.
Sorry?
I said I love the Smiths. You've good taste in music.
You like the Smiths?
Yeah. To die by your side is such a heavenly way to die. I love them.
Holy shit.
Meet
There's no such thing as love, it's fantasy.
Well, I think you're wrong.
and get together. Everything is going great for Tom, except that Summer tells him early on that she is not looking for anything serious.
I'm not really looking for anything serious.
Meanwhile, Tom has a solid belief that Summer is the one.
I'm in love with Summer.
They still do see each other and eventually fall apart. And Summer ends up marrying someone else. The movie follows Tom for 500 days as he falls in and out of love with Summer. And hey, I didn't spoil anything because the movie is in non-chronological order, starting at the end and contrasting scenes.
I love her smile. I love her hair. I love her knees. I love this heart-shaped birthmark she has on her neck.
I hate Summer. I hate her crooked teeth. I hate her 1960s haircut. I hate her knobby knees. And I hate her cockroach-shaped splotch on her neck.
Most rom-coms follow tried and tested formula. The love interests meet, build chemistry, face obstacles, persevere, and end up together. The ultimate goal and main event to look forward to is the two characters ending up together. 500 Days of Summer is a movie where you already know the characters will not end up together, and we are prone to think that it is merely an examination of a failed romance.
Just like that?
Just like that.
When you first watch it, you may even rant about how you will never find love, like I did the first time I watched it. On my recent viewing, I had a different perspective. The movie is not about the romantic conflict, which was only there to bring about Tom's own personal growth, his journey of growing out of his ideals of love,
The movies and the pop songs, they're to blame for all the lies.
and his rediscovery of his passion for architecture, as he leaves his greeting card company for a career as an architect, which by the way is the second most common career for male love interests in highest grossing romantic comedies. This is exactly what I love about 500 Days of Summer, that it is so multi-layered and it allows you to have different interpretations at different stages of your life. And even in those stages, there are so many perspectives you can choose from. The first time you watch this movie, you are likely to sympathize with Tom. We are viewing everything through his perspective, and so we are all rooting for him. We see the dance routine after the first time Tom has sex with Summer. We see him dreaming in parodies.
Il est brisé. Plus que brisé, il est seul.
We see split screens, square aspect ratios, and indie music playing in the background. All of this gives us the perception that Tom has the right idea about Summer, and we overlook how it is standing on thin ice.
Just because some cute girl likes the same bizarro crap you do, that doesn't make her your soulmate, Tom.
We want him to get what he wants, regardless of what it is. However, Summer's character is very unique and offers many different interpretations. You can sympathize with her and believe that she was bad. You can see her as the instrument to Tom's growth, but she can also be viewed as an independent character that shows Tom's obsessive nature. Tom takes a shared interest in music as an indication of Summer being the one. He puts unfair emotional expectations on her and feels betrayed when she cannot fulfill them. Summer told Tom upfront that she was not looking for anything serious, so why was Tom still chasing after her? The answer lies in how rom-coms and media are affecting our relationships and our outlook on love. After years of watching love interests that do not have a lot to them except for their interests and looks, I didn't even notice the irregularity in Tom exaggerating his shared interest with Summer as indicative of her being the love of his life.
He is the one.
That is obviously not true, as his sister points out. Tom got into the romantic thing he had with Summer because he had the belief that he could change her, that maybe he could love her so much that she would fall in love with him. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? A lot of rom-coms are based on the idea of changing the person you love or softening their hearts towards yourself. In reality, you and the person you are interested in deserve to get what you want. If you want something serious, you deserve someone that wants to be committed. Rom-coms feed us a lie that you can ultimately force people into romantic relationships, and this eventually leads to Tom's heartbreak. The issues with rom-coms and Tom's character are deeper than that, however.
Tom Hansen of Margate, New Jersey, grew up believing that he'd never truly be happy until the day he met the one.
Also part of the rom-com formula, and I know 500 Days of Summer may also be guilty of it, is that the main character needs to have some sort of flaw that they cannot see, are in denial of. And being in a relationship will not only show you the flaw, but will also fix it for you. So instead of dealing with your emotional issues, discovering yourself and growing on your own, rom-coms make us believe that all you really need is love to do that for you. Tom is unfulfilled and unsatisfied with his job, but instead of garnering up the courage to make the career transition, he takes the easier way and starts chasing Summer. The ups and downs of his relationship provide ample distraction from the main issue.
Lidandet.
Suffering.
Ett evigt lidande.
So much suffering.
Den typen av lidande som aldrig tar slut.
Suffering.
Suffering.
En jävla massa lidande.
And he begins to think that it is Summer that is missing from his life. He is escaping reality, just like we try to do when we watch romantic comedies. It is for these reasons that I believe that 500 Days of Summer and Tom's character is commentary on romantic comedies. I know that in some ways 500 Days of Summer is like typical rom-coms. Like other rom-coms, Summer is an assistant, and her career isn't as relevant to her character as Tom's. Summer's character is pretty shallow, and I believe Zooey Deschanel intentionally plays her accordingly. But overall, I think Tom represents the product of the effects rom-coms and media are having on our relationships and outlook. If you look closely, you see how Tom's character is acting on the very lies that rom-coms are feeding us, and many of us may even be believing. We need to be aware of the distinction between rom-coms and real life, and that while rom-coms may feature simple people in simple relationships, real life is much more complex. We need to remind ourselves that what we are seeing on screen is entertainment, and the truths of life may not be as fun to watch. However, on the 10th anniversary of 500 Days of Summer, I believe Hollywood should look at how they can do romantic comedies with less problematic and more truthful ideas. And while many recent movies have shown effort, there is still a long way to go.